County Secretary and Head of the County Public Service, County Executive Committee members present, honorable members of the County Assembly, Chief Officers present, members of the staff of both the County Executive and County Assembly, distinguished members of the public, the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Speaker and honorable members, it is an honor to address the first sitting of this third county assembly today as the governor of Vihiga County, pursuant to Standing Order number 21 of this assembly. Before I go into the details of my speech, I wish to congratulate the Speaker of this Assembly, Honorable Chris Omulende, on your election as the third Speaker of Vihiga County Assembly. It is my hope that you will guide this Assembly in transacting its business diligently and expeditiously for the benefit of the people of Vihiga County and Kenya in general. My resounding congratulations to all the elected members of the County Assembly from the 25 wards that form Vihiga County for your successful election as representatives of the people. Congratulations to the 11 nominated MCAs for your nomination to the Vihiga County Assembly to represent different interest groups. I further take this opportunity once again to thank the people of Vihiga County for electing me as a governor for this great county. I wish to assure them of my total commitment to the socio-economic transformation of our county in the second term tenure as a governor. Last and not least, I wish to thank the people of Vihiga and Kenya for conducting themselves peacefully during the recently concluded 2022 general election. Part 3 and Part 5 of the County Governments Act 2012 provides for the legal framework and specific roles of the County Assembly and the County Executive, respectively. The highlights of the legal roles of both the legislature and the executive are as follows. The County Executive is responsible for the execution of all county government's functions as per the 4th schedule of the Constitution of Kenya 2020. The executive manages, coordinates, and is accountable for all county government resources, functions of the county administration, and the delivery of devolved services, and as required to facilitate and engage citizens in the process. Through the County Executive Committee, the CEC, the executive is responsible for the preparation of county policies, plans, budgets, and approval by the County Assembly, and the submission to external regulatory offices of the National Treasury and Office of the Controller of Budget. The CEC is also responsible for the implementation of all laws passed by the County Assembly and the National Assembly. It also prepares laws for consideration by the County Assembly. The executive provides regular, non-financial and financial reports to the County Assembly and to external regulatory and oversight Office of the Auditor General. The county assembly's roles are to represent citizens, exercise the legislative authority of the county government, and oversight the county executive. The county assembly makes and passes all laws required for the effective performance and exercise of the powers of the county government. It also provides county policies, plans, budgets, and oversight implementation by the county executive. The assembly is also responsible for vetting and approving nominees for appointment to county public office. And you'll be doing this very soon, probably next week. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, the Assembly has the role to summon our county executive committee members to appear before them and respond to questions on various issues. However, the challenge has been proper procedures have not always been followed. There have been cases where CMCs have been summoned randomly without following the laid out procedures. And when they have responded, due to lack of time and preparedness, their responses have been inadequate, and sometimes this has led to their reprimands by the Assembly. I therefore humbly call upon the Assembly to follow the prescribed procedures, where all summons go through the clerk of this Assembly to the county secretary, giving enough notice as required by the Assembly standing orders. To enhance smooth working relations between the Assembly and the Executive, we have created a new position of County Assembly Liaison Officer in our new county organizational structure. The role of this officer will be to ensure all issues raised by the County Assembly are promptly addressed by the County Executive. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, while the two arms of the county government are independent in their defined roles and functions, they are interdependent in delivery of service and socio-economic development of the county. Therefore, synergy between the two arms of government is absolutely necessary. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, the first and second generation of devolution in our county experienced significant disharmony between the executive and assembly, which led to overall poor delivery of services to the people of Vihiga County. There is harmony centered mainly on allocation of resources through budgeting processes. How do we then avoid this problem as we move forward into the third generation of devolution? To promote smooth working relations, I propose we implement the following. 1, we adhere to the rule of the law. Second, work out a framework of engagement and consultation on any of the issues between the Assembly and the Executive, particularly matters on budget, legislation, reporting mechanism, communication between the county executive and the county assembly. Within the county executive structure, we have created the County Assembly Liaison Office to coordinate our engagement in this matter. This office will cultivate and foster a general understanding between the executive and the assembly, ensuring smooth engagement and operation between the two arms of government. Issues of key importance to the people of Vihiga County will have to be jointly deliberated on between the two arms before being tabled to the assembly. These informal discussions, popularly known as Kampunjis in the National Assembly, will be jointly managed and coordinated by the both arms of the county government. We need to agree on the priorities, especially on matters of budgeting. You should be appreciate that budgeting is the role of the executive. According to section 37(1) of the Public Finance Management Regulation 2015, the changes that the county assembly can make, either by increasing or decreasing the expenditure of votes, should not exceed 1% of the votes series. One of the key documents in analyzing legislative mechanisms is the county fiscal strategy paper, and the aforementioned legal framework around the county fiscal strategy paper goes on to depict some of the legislative amendment powers that need to be observed. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, the two arms of the county government each has its own budgets. Although the county assembly still has to receive funds through the executive. The council of governors are in support of the county assembly's forum request to have county assemblies receive their own funds directly from the national treasury. However, due to the current arrangement of disbursement from the executive, it has been misconstrued that it is the executive that has the money, and therefore there has been that demand that the executive funds a number of activities of the assembly, which is against the law. There have been many cases where, due to that pressure, the executive has used its budget to fund assembly activities. This has led to serious audit queries that have ended into the executive receiving adverse opinion from the Auditor General. Therefore, moving forward, this matter should be addressed appropriately. All that I have said above was discussed in detail during the members' induction in Mombasa. But I felt that I should emphasize the same further in this address. I believe if we go by what we have learned during the induction, service delivery will be greatly enhanced for the benefit of the people of Vihiga County, and other acrimonies between us will be something of the past. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, some activists in Vihiga are very litigious. We have been taken to court by various organizations and individuals and accused jointly or singularly. However, instead of working together to deal with these legal issues, previously we have been approaching these cases individually and sometimes antagonizing each other. We have not worked as a team, leading to losing cases, and some of them are still in court. With the establishment of the Office of the County Attorney, who is responsible for the legal issues in the county government, both the executive and the county assembly, we expect now that any legal issues against the county government of Vihiga will be decisively handled together by the county attorney and the legal team of the county assembly. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, during my first tenure as a governor of this great county of Vihiga, I faced a lot of challenges, and I would like to briefly mention them. First, we faced a lot of challenges on disbursement of funds from Treasury. This remains a major challenge to date. In fact, during the first Council of Governors meeting held on 5th October this month, this matter was discussed and as a main agenda and a matter of concern. Counties are unable to operate and service pending bills. We hope the new government will sort out this issue with the urgency that is required. Further, the Council of Governors agrees that counties should improve their own source of revenue collection to address this matter at the county level. I wish to note that we have made tremendous progress in increasing our own source revenue collection from Kenya shillings 93 million in 2017 to Kenya shillings 236 million in 2022. In fact, we are among the 4 counties in the country who have shown significant improvement in collection of resources. We therefore, Honorable Speaker, plan to automate all our revenue collection systems and hope that this will increase our own resources to about 500 million by the year 2025. To achieve this, we will need the participation of the county assembly and the people of Vihiga County to raise money for the development of our county. The executive will soon be forwarding the finance bill for the year 2023-2024, in which we have identified new revenue streams for collection of more money towards our own resources. In our new structure, we have also created a new revenue collection directorate, which is expected to enhance revenue collection. The other area of concern and of challenge has been on human resources, and particularly on the issue of wage bill. We inherited a large workforce from the defunct local government when the county government started in 2013. The initial government also employed its own staff. It was expected under the transitional authority that they would rationalize and come up with a harmonized staffing structure for the county governments. However, this did not happen. As a result, all county challenge on wage bill. While the Public Finance Procurement Act directs that wage bill should not exceed 35% of the total revenue of the county, most, if not all counties' wage bill ranges between 35 to 60%. In our case, our wage bill is currently at 42%. Despite of having bloated workforce, the challenge is that most of it is inexperienced and unqualified to take care of the activities of the county government. We therefore suffer from underperformance as a result of this. To find a solution to this problem, the County Public Service Board undertook a human resource audit of our workforce in the county beginning 2021, but were unable to complete due to the challenge of COVID-19. I am happy to report that the board has now finalized the report, and it will soon be submitted to the executive for consideration for implementation with the concurrence of this assembly. The other issue, Honorable Speaker, has been the issue of pending bills. We inherited Kenya shillings 2.8 billion in historical pending bills. We were directed by Treasury to have a payment plan for these bills from 2018 to date. We have to date paid 2.3 billion. We have a balance of 500 million. Further, due to the problems of disbursement from Treasury, we have our own pending bills to the tune of 600 million, which we have yet to settle. To sort out the issue of pending bills and to implement the government's directive that all pending bills must be sorted out before new projects are started, the executive has resolved that during the financial year 2022-2023, we should focus on paying pending bills so that our next financial year we can focus on the development agenda. Therefore, we will soon be bringing to this assembly a supplementary budget that will focus on pending bills and completion of stalled projects that were started in the county. The other issue of concern is the issue of corruption. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, corruption is a national pandemic and requires to be fought by everybody and not those in leadership alone. We inherited a system that was plagued by corruption cases, particularly in staff recruitment and procurement. During my first term, I dedicated my time and effort to put in place governance structures that would minimize corruption practices within the county government system. With the help of EACC, we undertook corruption risk assessment of the entire government system and identified sectors which had corruption challenges or were prone to corruption. Out of the assessment, we came out with a program on how to mitigate corruption instances in the identified sectors. As regards endemic corruption in procurement processes, we introduced e-procurement through IFMIS. This has drastically reduced corruption in this process, although still certain elements of corruption persist. As regards irregular employment of staff, we undertook human resource audit in collaboration with the Directorate of Personnel Management, is also the President, and a report was produced and submitted to the county government for implementation in 2019. Unfortunately, by the time we received the report, we did not have the County Public Service Board that was expected by law to approve the implementation. When the board was brought on board in 2020, it felt that it needed to carry out its own independent audit before taking any action. Therefore, they commenced their own audit in 2020. However, due to COVID-19 pandemic, they were unable to complete. I am happy to report that they have now concluded this exercise and are ready to submit the report for implementation by executive. In fact, they have informed me they will submit this report early next week. The other issue of concern, Honorable Speaker and honorable members, is the issue of work ethics. We inherited a government system with very poor work ethics. Every effort during my first tenure as a governor has been made to improve work ethics within our governance system. However, this has been less successful because the County Service Board has not developed County Public Service Law or Act that spells out the ethos and values of the county civil service and the disciplinary measures to be taken against those who break the same. Further, this has been complicated by the fact that the human resource audit report had not been completed and presented to the executive for implementation. During my second term, this issue of work ethics will be given top priority to improve the service delivery and etiquette of the staff in county public service. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the other issue of concern is the issue of public participation. Public participation is core to devolution. Devolution was created to enhance citizen participation in their own development agenda and destiny. Therefore, public participation is crucial in the development agenda in all counties. However, despite of having policies and legislation on public participation, there still exist many challenges on how to conduct efficient and effective public participation that uses data and information for rational decision making. There is a serious need for civic education of our people on their role and participation in planning and decision making. To address this issue, the executive constituted ward development committees early this year to form the core team to coordinate public participation and development planning processes at the ward level. This was because of the outcry and complaint that their respective MCAs were making development decisions without involving them, even though all those projects were captured in the CIDP and were proposed by them. We hope that our new MCAs, who are patrons of these committees, will work closely with them to ensure that development planning and project implementation at the ward level are executed through a participatory process. Where there concern regarding the membership of these committees, the executive is open for discussion with the relevant MCAs on how best to strengthen the committee so that they can be all inclusive. So that is open. We can discuss. If we are not happy with the committees, we can look at how best to make them inclusive and effective. I wish to commend the County Assembly through the initiative of the previous speaker for the launch of the Bunge Mashinani, which takes legislation and public participation to the local level. The first Bunge Mashinani was held in Rwanda, and I attended the forum, and I want to report that it was a very successful forum. I strongly recommend the new leadership of this Honorable Assembly to continue with the initiative and have it conducted on rotational basis across the entire county. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, despite of the above challenges, we were able to make significant achievements in various sectors that have greatly enhanced the socio-economic development of the people of Vihiga County. These achievements were possible due to the decision the executive made to allocate development resources to the ward level to ensure that development was undertaken across the entire county without favor or compromise. We started by allocating Kenya shillings 20 million per ward annually, but due to pressure from Treasury to pay pending bills, this was reduced to 15 million annually. It is the wish of the executive that this policy is continued with appropriate adjustment in the implementation of the same, whereby ward development committees will play a crucial role in selecting projects to implement annually. Due to the pressure we have to pay pending bills as a priority, we have a plan to allocate at least 20 million shillings per ward during the financial year 2023-2024. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, allow me now to briefly cover what my leadership and government was able to achieve during my tenure as in my first tenure as a government. This is important so that our people here know where we are coming from and where we are going. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, during my tenure as a governor, during the first period, key issue that we tackled was the establishment of a governance system. Because, Honorable Speaker, without an efficient and effective governance system, our county cannot prosper or move forward. Therefore, during my first term, we dedicated significant time in establishing a functional governance system. We established new organizational structure with the county government, as well as the following. We initiated performance contracting. We initiated corruption risk assessment with the help of EACC. We established public participation and civic education directorate. We operationalized county human resource advisory committees. We operationalized and automated our IFMIS system, and we established the County Budget Economic Forum as well as County Audit Committee. We enacted and assented to 43 bills into acts of the county government. We formulated 23 policies and 12 regulations of the county government. Honorable Speaker, these actions, among others, significantly improved the efficiency and the functioning of the county government. However, there is still more to be done, particularly as regards to human resource management, in particular, reducing the wage bill to the recommended 35% of the total revenue received annually is still a challenge. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, on health service delivery, we inherited an unfunctional health sector that had literally collapsed. There were no drugs, no staff, and there were no equipment in most of our health facilities. My administration gave top priority to the revival of the health sector during my first term. As a result, I'm happy to report that significant improvement has been achieved across the board in the health sector. We have witnessed overall improvement in the health infrastructure. For example, 24 new health facilities have been constructed and operationalized. The referral hospital was renovated and fully equipped with modern diagnostic equipment and machines like the modern CT scan machines. We have currently installed at the county referral hospital many other equipments, including the cardiac unit, renal unit, dental unit, and recently oncology unit. We have drastically improved the availability of drugs and non-pharmaceuticals in our health facilities. We have, during the tenure of 5 years, we have recruited 400 healthcare staff and 1,460 CHPs. The Mother and Child Program, commonly known as titular care, was initiated in 2019, and to date, over 9,000 mothers have benefited from the program. We commenced the construction of the 160-bed hospital plaza and funeral home, both of which have stalled due to lack of funding. In conclusion, I note that a lot has been done in the health sector, but there is still a lot to be done to improve the health sector and ensure that the universal health care programs are implemented to the letter. In the sector of infrastructure and ICT, during my term, we opened and graded and maintained 1,253 kilometers of county roads. We constructed 46 river structures, that is bridges, culverts, footbridges, and river crossings. We established the county mechanical unit and installed solar streetlights in 19 markets, together with 22 high-mast floodlights across major spots in the county. In a collaboration with the national government, we identified several roads for upgrading to tarmac or bitumen standards. These are Sambai Shamahogo Road, Mbale Makada Luanda Road, Mako Mululu Road, and Lunyerere Kibagala Road. We also constructed to bitumen standard the Mbale Unyoyo Road. Although most of the roads in the county are currently all-weather and motorable, it is our desire to start upgrading most of our main roads in the sub-counties to bitumen standard in the long run, to ensure that we reduce the high annual cost of maintenance of these roads. Underwater. Water is a Vihiga is fortunate to have many rivers and water springs spread across the county. However, there have been little effort to expand the old water projects and start new projects in order to avail piped water at the household or community levels. Therefore, during my first term as a governor, we resolved to expand the existing water schemes, develop new water schemes, and protect community water springs. In a collaboration with the national government and with funding from the Belgian government, we commenced on the expansion of the Vihiga Cluster Water Project that was intended to double the water supply capacity from 6.3 million cubic meters of water to the current 12.5 million cubic meters of water per day. This project is expected to supply water to over 270 households across the county. The physical works of the project are complete and the 3 water schemes are now operational. However, there is still a big challenge in the distribution of water to institutions and households due to lack of funding. We have further expanded and operationalized 10 existing water schemes across the county. We have drilled and operationalized 36 community water boreholes and protected over 100 water springs. The construction of a biodigester sewage plant is ongoing at Bale Town, and a pilot sewage purification plant is being constructed at the Kenway in Kegoe. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, climate change is a major pandemic, not only to our county or our country, but globally. I'm happy and proud of Vihiga County for having been the pioneer county on climate change action. We have already legislation and policy in place. We have established climate change directorate, climate change planning committees, and ward climate change planning committees. This makes Vihiga County among the first in Kenya to fulfill the financing of locally led climate action requirement for funding. In addition to this, we have gone further to implement 5 climate change investment projects on water provision to communities supplying water to over 200 households. Under the FLOCA program, the county will be receiving annual funding for the ward projects that will focus on climate mitigation and adaptation for the next 5 years. And on average, we'll be receiving about 200 million per year. And it will depend on the ward development committees on how fast they will generate projects. It will come to be on first come, first served. We have already established a climate change ward committees to address the same. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the issue of cohesion and integration is very crucial to our county and to our country. To fast track the development of our county, we need unity of purpose. We need to function as one community or one entity. To promote this unity of purpose, we undertook the following during my first term of tenure. We have successfully held annual cultural festival every December for the last 5 years. And we shall have one again this year. We have established County Religious Leaders Forum to give us religious nourishment and religious direction. We have successfully managed to convene Vihiga County Leaders Forum and held 2 county professional meetings. We have a functional civil society organization forum that culminated in the development of an MOU between CSOs and the county government. The relationship between the county government and the Chamber of Commerce has been of consultative and of cooperation. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the issue of education is very cardinal to our people and to our society. In this sector, we have greatly transformed our county. In the last 5 years, we have built 210 new ECD classrooms, equipped and staffed with 824 recruited and qualified EC teachers. We have registered all our 34 vocational training centers, VCTs, and we have fully equipped them, and we have recruited 193 TVET instructors, and we have introduced a capitation of Kenya shillings 15,000 on top of the national government capitation, making TVET education free in Vihiga County. This has led to increase in enrollment from 2,700 students in 2017 to 5,700 students in 2022. To further strengthen the quality of education in these institutions, we have established 5 model specialized VCT centers at Kebehe, Maseno, Kaimosi, Solongo, and Emukunzi. We have established the Vihiga Education Fund, that's the bursary fund, that has benefited over 25,000 students annually since 2018. We have also introduced the Governor's Scholarship Program that so far has benefited 465 bright students from poor backgrounds. Despite of the above achievements, we still have a lot to implement to improve the performance and expansion of our education sector. We still have to expand our VCTs and equip them and increase enrollment. We are yet to complete the construction of ECD classrooms and accompanying facilities in our public primary schools. The bursary available is inadequate due to high demand, and therefore is urgent. There is urgent need to increase funding of the Governor's Scholarship so that we can benefit more students. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, on the issue of social services, gender and sports, we have made a dramatic or drastic advancement in the last 5 years. We have witnessed tremendous progress and achievement during the last 5 years. First, we enacted the Sports Act, which enabled us to establish sports fund for our sporting activities in the county. In fact, Honorable Speaker, we are the only county that has a Sports Act and a sports fund. As a result, many teams in different sporting disciplines have been funded, particularly in soccer. We have our 4 teams that have played or continue to play in the Premier League. And these are Vihiga United, Vihiga Queens, Bunyore Starlets, and Vihiga Bullets. Vihiga Queens are the reigning National Women Premier League champions for the 4 consecutive seasons, and they are the Sekafa African champion in 2021. They represented the region in the CAF competition in Egypt. As a result, many of our players have been recruited by various international clubs. We have also been able to promote talent through annual talent extravaganzas and hosted the county youth conferences. Further, we have recently enacted the Youth Service Act, which will ensure that youth play active role in the county governance system and have access to dedicated funds to promote entrepreneurship and job creation. Particularly, the Act guarantees their access to 30% allocation access to tenders in the county government. We have also enacted the PWD Act. However, this act has not been operationalized due to various challenges, but we shall be operationalizing the same during this period. Under social protection, my administration issued 649 bursaries to orphans and vulnerable children, 100 PLWDs were issued with wheelchairs, 11,000 indigents have been registered with NHIF under UHC program. We have succeeded in enacting the Vihiga County Disability Act and ensured Kenya shillings 406 million of Wezo Youth Trade and Enterprise Fund was issued to 2,239 groups between 2018 and 2022. All these efforts have earned the county government recognition by the National Gender and Equality Commission for promotion of equality and inclusion of special interest groups. Aside from sports, we have regularly held cultural festivals for the Maragoli, Bunyore, Tiriki, and Teri communities since 2017. We have also commenced on the construction of cultural centers for the same communities. Already Hamisi and Maragoli cultural centers have been constructed but not operationalized. We have also played a crucial role in the conservation and protection of cultural forests through fencing and reforestation and acquiring of title deeds. We also actively participated in the annual Kikoska Games. We have also sponsored various schools and community choirs to national music festivals annually. Under Trade and Commerce, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, we established the Trade and Enterprise Fund, constructed 7 new market sheds, 38 new border sheds, formed 24 market management committees, constructed market amenities, particularly roads, toilets, cabro surfacing and fencing, and completed Luanda Omena market. However, a lot remains to be done to create good enabling environment for our local market to promote businesses. On disaster management and preparedness, Honorable Speaker, we have enacted the Disaster Management Act. On top of that, we have acquired and deployed to service over 10,000-liter fire engine, 2,000-liter rapid response vehicle, and recruited and trained 17 fire marshals. under agriculture and open. However, they will need to be maintained to the highest standard. To ensure dairy farming in the county, we have distributed 435 dairy heifers, 80 dairy goats to farmers. We have also distributed 13,175 chicks to farmers. We have inseminated 22,588 cattle. We have vaccinated over 25,000 animals against various diseases. Under environment and renewable energy and natural resources, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, we have attained 35.9 tree coverage against the national required 10%. This has been made possible through the reforestation of Maragoli and Kibiri forests and other forests during the period under review. We have also rehabilitated and fenced 5 traditional forests and established Maragoli Hills offices and tree nursery. Under renewable energy, we have solarized the Vihiga cluster water projects and 10 boreholes. We have also solarized the Maragoli Hills Forest Office and installed solar water heating systems in 12 dispensaries and at our referral hospital. For waste management, we have purchased 2 acres of land for construction of waste management plant and have acquired one skip loader and 1 garbage collector and compactor. And we have installed garbage bins in various places. Honorable Speaker, that is a summary of what we have been able to do in the last 5 years. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, we now are looking forward on what to do in the next 5 years. And this is where, Honorable Speaker and honorable members, we all want to work as a team so that come 2027, Vihiga will not be the same as it is for today. So, honorable members, I want to briefly give you a snapshot of what I have in my manifesto and what I plan to implement with your collaboration in the next 5 years. And this will also include what you are going to propose as we complete our CIDP for 2022-2027. So, Honorable Speaker, you will allow me to go through this in probably the next 30 minutes before I end my address. Our vision for Vihiga County is to become a prosperous and model county in Kenya. We intend to achieve this through implementation of good governance practices, impactful development projects and programs. This must be driven by our motto of maendeleo bila mapendeleo wala ufisadi. Our motto is maendeleo bila mapendeleo wala ufisadi. My socio-economic development agenda for Vihiga is based on the following. national medium-term plan for 2023-2027, because we have to work in collaboration with the national government. My manifesto for the people of Vihiga County 2022-2027. The unimplemented projects and programs in the 2018-2022 CIDP, and the preparation of 2022-2027 CIDP, which is under preparation. And we will be letting you know how we shall all participate and complete. The details of my agenda are highlighted in my manifesto to the people of Vihiga County and are available at our website, which is www.vihiga.go.ke, and are also available on my website, www.otichilo.co.ke. Copies of the same documents have been shared with the public. To operationalize my manifesto, the law demands preparation of people-led county integrated development plan, CIDP, through public participation. The Department of Finance and Economic Planning within the county government has already embarked on the preparation of the 2022-2027 CIDP under the guidance of the Ministry of Evolution. We hope to complete and launch this important document by 12 December 2022 as required by the law. It is in this CIDP that my proposals are as contained in my manifesto will be further discussed through public participation and approved and incorporated in the CIDP for implementation. Other projects not contained in my manifesto will be discussed and approved and incorporated into the CIDP during the public participation process. The CIDP will have projects and programs funded by the county government, the national government, the development partners, and non-governmental organizations, among others. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, please allow me to present in a snapshot some of the key areas that I intend to focus on in the coming 5 years. Under governance, we wish to create a corruption prevention committee or unit to work in collaboration with the EACC to fight the corruption pandemic. And this will soon be established. We need to promote effective public participation through ward development planning committees. And honorable members, you will have to play a crucial role under this issue. We need to enhance transparency and accountability by using ICT platform in all our governance systems. I hope by 2025, all our governance system will be completely computerized and automated, and everything will be done online. We will be establishing County Social and Economic Forum to focus and advise on socio-economic development of our county. And this forum will consist of eminent who will be able to advise the county government of Vihiga on how to move forward on a quarterly basis. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, under Human Resource Development and Management, we plan to achieve the following: to operationalize a new governance structure based on the past experience. We were able to introduce you to the structure during the induction, and we intend to operationalize that structure as soon as possible. We will strengthen service delivery unit to enhance project monitoring and evaluation. Previous experience has shown that monitoring and evaluation of projects has not been up to date. And therefore, we have established a service delivery unit within the Office of the Governor, a unit that will be managed and supervised by the Deputy Governor to ensure that all our projects and all our projects are monitored and evaluated on a weekly basis to ensure compliance and value for money. We have planned to operationalize and fully strengthen performance contracting. We attempted in our first term, but it did work very well. We hope this time performance management and contracting will be fully operationalized, and this will enable us to know how our officers are performing on a quarterly basis. We are going to work in collaboration with the Kenya School of Government to complete the Kenya School of Government campus in South Maragoli at Boyani. We are building a Kenya School of Government campus at Boyani. I think you all, those of you come from down there. So already funds have been allocated, and very soon we will start the construction. And we believe that campus is going to change completely the way Boyani and that area around it is going to be. It will become an urban area in a very short time. We are going to operationalize county human resource management system, where all our staff will be managed through an automated management system. Because currently we don't know who comes to work and who works, and some of the people don't even. We are going to introduce, and already we have started this, a biometric system for efficient staff management. So all the departments will have biometric systems, and already some have already introduced, where everybody will clock in, clock out, clock in anytime, so that we know exactly in a day how many hours we have worked. So that will ensure that some of the workers who only draw salary and don't do anything will be able to catch them and do the necessary. Under the healthcare system, we plan to do the following. We will work in collaboration with the national government to promote the universal healthcare coverage program. This is a program that focuses on primary health at the community level. So this is going to be our key focus during the period. We will complete the 160-bed hospital plaza, and this plaza will have specialized clinics, modern theaters, dialysis unit, high dependence unit, and ICU. We hope to complete this hopefully by end of next year or early. We will upgrade the sub-county hospitals to level 4 and upgrade our referral hospital to level 5 during the period. This is to ensure that we do not have patients moving from sub-counties to the referral hospital plan, but we'll make sure all the sub-county hospitals have all the equipment to ensure that all the services are provided at that level. We are going to complete and commission the county funeral home with a hearse before the end of this year. This will provide some of the best funeral home services in the county. We have planned to complete the Kilgore Sub-County Hospital, which are stalled for many years. We will ensure health facilities are well equipped, staffed, and have regular supply of drugs and pharmaceutical materials. Underwater, Honorable Speaker and honorable members, we plan to do the following: ensure supply of clean and reliable water to households from the Vihiga Water Cluster Program and from other water schemes. Expand and rehabilitate existing water distribution piping system of different water supply schemes and protection of various water springs. Enhance the conservation of our water catchment areas and sources, particularly the wetlands and river areas. Structure a Matsi Water Services Board to allow efficient and effective service delivery. And lastly, we shall operationalize all sunk and kept boreholes. Under agriculture, we plan to do the following: promote agribusiness through the NARIC project and other projects, increase investment in extension services, promote agriculture and dairy farming, promote fish farming for income generation and nutrition, build agricultural training center, establish a soil testing laboratory, and establish a veterinary lab. Under education, we plan to do the following: continue to enhance access to ECD through construction of more classrooms and hiring of more teachers, expanding the scope of bursary and governance scholarship program, continue to provide significant scholarship and bursaries to our students as an incentive to promote technical and vocational training. Strengthen and equip the 5 specialized model TVET institutions. Establish more TVET training institutions. Establish innovation and business hubs within the TVET institutions. Establish Vihiga County Youth Business Startup Fund for our youth. Increase the scope of funding for the governance scholarship program. And finally, we will pilot on ECD feeding program. Under transport and infrastructure, we plan to do the following: we will continue to improve and maintain our entire rural road infrastructure to at least all-weather motorable standards. We will identify key roads for development to bitumen standards through a consultative process, at least 5 kilometers per sub-county. So if everything works, we'd like to see now we move away from Maram roads to tarmac roads, because we have done we hope to complete the story bridges and river crossings that were started between 2014 and 2017. We will enhance the installation and maintenance of high mast lighting across the county, and we will introduce performance-based road maintenance program over the counties. We want to have a continuous road maintenance program where the local people will be recruited to maintain this program. create employment for our people, but we also ensure that our roads are well maintained. Under trade, commerce and industry, we plan to do the following. Expand market infrastructure, that's market stalls, sanitary facilities, and install solar lighting. And we also want to put modern markets. And we have identified Rwanda and two as the key areas where we want to have modern markets. Enhance the trade and enterprise fund to develop SMEs and entrepreneurship ventures in the county. We want to promote development of SMEs and cottage industry to grow the economy of Vihiga County. We also want to create a new marketplace for Mbale Town, because Mbale is now very congested, and we want to get a new area to do a proper market, so that we are already working on it. In partnership with the national government, we want to complete the granite factory that is under construction at Ebiango. We are working with other private entrepreneurs to put another granite factory in South Maragoli, that area where we had the quarry. We have an investor who has shown interest. So we may have area with the two granite factories. We also plan to establish an ecotourism program in Maragoli Hills and Kibini Forest. Under environment and natural resources, we plan to do the following. Strengthen the World Climate Change Committee adaptation and mitigation efforts through the FROCA program and Climate Change Fund. Formulate policies on sand harvesting and growing of eucalyptus on riverine areas. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I will be bringing to this assembly the policy and legislation on sand harvesting and eucalyptus, because it's of great concern that we must come up with a way forward on how to manage those issues. We want to collaborate with national agencies to conserve the county water resources, forests, and wildlife. And in this regard, we're working with the national government towards the fencing of Kibini Forest to ensure that it's protected. We want to establish a waste recycling and management plant in Rwanda South so that we can manage our waste properly. We, in collaboration with Kalimos University, we shall be establishing a climate change center at the university. We want to complete and operationalize the biodigester facility in Bali and promote the biodigester technology at household level. We also want to establish a solar-powered village as an example on how we can go to renewable energy. And we are planning to work with KenGen to operationalize and complete Kaimosi hydropower station. The infrastructure is already there. What we are lacking are the turbines and the finalization. In our Mbale town, we don't have any recreation place. We have planned during the plan period to establish Mbale gardens in the area where we have always had ceremonies during Christmas. We want to establish Mbale gardens where people can go and relax and be able to think differently during their free times. So we believe once we operationalize this act, the youth will play a crucial role in the governance of the county or in the governance of the county government. We also operationalized the PLWD Act to ensure that this act is operational and people living with disability can be able to carry out their functions, be able to budget for them in our normal annual budgeting process. We want also to build resource centers at sub-county and even at a ward level, so that at the ward level you have a resource center where you can have meetings, where communities can have meetings without having to, to look for churches where you have meetings. We want to have each of the ward to have your own resource center and also at the sub-county. So that I will need the cooperation of the honorable members so that we identify areas where we build resource centers. We are also planning to complete the construction of a stadium, and we also want to rehabilitate Kiduru Stadium. Finally, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, under the Department of Lands and Fiscal Planning and Urban Planning, we plan to do the following. We will automate all public land in the county into a land management information system. Honorable Speaker, we want to be in a situation where you want to know your land or your acre or your land or what the status of any land. You will not need to come to Mbali. We should be able to get the information direct from your mobile phone, so that you can know the details about the land without having to come value will be given those what we call search. We want to automate that, and that we shall be doing during this period. It has already been done at the national, it's being done at the national level, and we can do it at the county level. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the Governor's House and the Deputy Governor's House houses have not been completed due to various challenges. The bigger one being the pending bills. So the Governor and the Deputy Governors have been squatting in various places. And they are accused of doing things that are probably not right. But the truth of the matter is that we need official precedents for the governor and Honorable Speaker and honorable members. As I talk now, I have no allowance for house, so I have to take care of myself. So we need to fast track the construction and the completion of the house of the Deputy Governor and the Governor, so that we occupy these houses as soon as possible. So we plan to do that, and we will be within the supplementary. We'll be showing how much money we have put in the supplementary so that we can complete this, and therefore your governor and your deputy can be housed in a decent place where you can come and have lunch, or all this consultation we are talking about. We will be having the consultation with the governor's residents, and you know what goes with that. We want to work with the partners to develop affordable, low-cost housing in Mbale, and we are already in discussion with various partners to do that. So we hope during the period we should be able to have a low-cost housing scheme within our county. We want to finalize our spatial plans for being a municipality and the whole county, and specifically we want to finalize spatial plans for Rwanda and Cheptu and have the towns declared municipalities. So this is everything has been done. We were remaining with a little a few things to do, and that. So honorable members and honorable speaker and honorable members, that in a snapshot is what we plan to do in the next 5 years but I'm sure that honorable members, you have also some other activities that will be adding to what I've already given out, so that we bring all this into the CIDP and start planning for the same as soon as the CIDP is ready. So, Honorable Speaker and honorable members, in conclusion, for all that I have presented in this speech to be achieved, there is a need for cooperation, support, and inclusion of everyone. From the staff of the county government of Vihiga, national government, the county assembly of Vihiga, and the Vihiga county leadership, the government partners, and finally, the people of Vihiga County. All these people must work together for us to achieve what I have listed. The big task of development and progress for Vihiga County is not a singular preserve of the county government alone. It is a collective cooperation of efforts and abilities of all stakeholders endeared to Vihiga County. My role as a governor will be to create an enabling environment that will facilitate the people to become the engine and the center of the program. My administration will be an enabler of possibilities. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I am keen to build a lasting foundation of transforming our county to socio-economic prosperity through a culture of hard work, inclusivity, and honesty. I desire to build a cohesive and integrated society in our county. I therefore call upon all political leaders to support me in this endeavor. Further, we need to work together as leaders and as a community to fight the vice of corruption collectively. Through continued and sustained peace in our county and the nation, I desire to foster an accountable and transparent administration that will always consider the input of the people. You, the people of Vihiga County, need to own your government. The election is over. Let us respect our own leaders and refrain from abusing or demeaning them in our digital spaces. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, corruption is a national pandemic that touches every citizen and it affects our lives. Fighting it is also a collective responsibility of all of us, from the governor down to the last person in the county. During my tenure as your governor, I need the people of Vihiga to be vigilant and proactive in identification and reporting of this vice in any of all our aspects of service delivery by the government, by the county government. To this end, I will establish a 24-hour toll-free complaint and corruption prevention hotline. I will also establish an anti-corruption committee at the county to coordinate all corruption risk assessment and prevention activities. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I wish once again to convey my appreciation to all of you who have supported me, who have supported the county government, and continue to have passion for the development of our people and our county. We will work with the national government for a more integrated development of our county. A big appreciation also goes to our development partners who have worked with us the far we have come. The journey is halfway. I'm looking forward to finishing the remaining journey during my tenure with you, engaging and collaborating to improve the socio-economic welfare of our people. Finally, Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I once more thank you all for attending this first session of the 3rd County Assembly of Vihiga. May God bless you all. May God bless our county, and may God bless our beloved country. Thank you, and God bless you.
Fellow members, now that we go back to the order, Honorable Clark.
Order number 4.
Honorable Peter Major.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to Standing Order number 27-4, I wish to lay before this House today, the 12th of October 2022, the terms of the County Assembly contained in the address of His Excellency the Governor.
Robert. Next, Robert.
Order number 5.
Honorable Peter Major.
Thank you. That pursuant to Vihiga County Assembly Standing Order number 24-1, I wish to give a notice of motion that the terms of the County Assembly be recorded for the expression of public policy contained in the address of His Excellency the Governor.
Honorable Honorable members, well done. Honorable members, acting the business of the day and having carried out all successfully, it is now my singular honor to move on to last order of business, which is the adjournment of the House. So, honorable members, honorable members, I believe that we should be outstanding at this point. Honorable members, time being 11:05,